Hi, my name's Amy and I'm here to try to raise funds to become a certified SoulCollage Facilitator. I need about $1,500. The SoulCollage Facilitator course itself is $600, and then I need an additional $900 for traveling expenses. I live in Texas currently, and the nearest SoulCollage Facilitator training is in Arizona. So, I need expenses to help me travel back and forth to Arizona, as well as staying in a hotel and food. And so I'm estimating those to be about $900, so $1,500 total. And this is the first time I've ever actually publicly asked for help like this, and I probably should have done this a long time ago. Let me tell you a little bit about myself before I go into what SoulCollage actually is. In 2003, at the age of 30, I was diagnosed with stage 3C inflammatory breast cancer. I was a full-time social worker at the time. I had a caseload of developmentally delayed adults who were criminal offenders. My caseload specifically consisted of people who had committed rape, arson, and murder. And I continued in that caseload while I went through treatment, which consisted of chemotherapy, multiple surgeries, radiation, and more chemotherapy. In 2006, I had a metastatic reoccurrence, and it was at that time that I had to stop working. At that point, I knew I was in the fight for my life, truly, and I couldn't continue to work full-time while I was trying to focus myself on, once again, going into a very aggressive chemotherapy regimen. So I quit work in 2006, and I haven't been able to work since then. I'm still in cancer treatment, so actually 11 years I've been in cancer treatment. I go every 3 weeks to the cancer center where I sit down in the chemotherapy chair. I have a portacath here in my chest. They stick a needle into that portacath, and I get the liquid chemotherapy infusion. Because I'm 11 years in treatment, I have extensive side effects of all the different treatments that I've had. And all of these side effects, as well as the daily maintenance and management of my health, makes it really almost impossible for me to work full-time, and certainly to go back into a full-time social work, particularly a forensic caseload environment. One of the things that I've suffered as the result of my cancer diagnosis has been a significant loss of income, and it's only really gotten worse for me in terms of my financial situation. I want to tell you a little bit about SoulCollage. I'm a very creative person. I have all my life been a very creative person, but my primary source of creativity has been writing. I'm a writer, and I've been writing all my life. In fact, I kind of wrote my way through my cancer experience. I shared pretty much in a blog format with the world in a very transparent way what it's been like to be a young woman going through cancer treatment in a very emotional and spiritual way. And the thing about writing is that it's a very sort of like ego-forward, language-forward approach to self-expression. And I was introduced actually to art therapy through my cancer center. They did an art therapy series that I participated in, and I absolutely loved it. It provided me a way of self-expression, that creative self-expression, to work through some of my thoughts and my feelings. But it took me out of the words and just put me really hands-on in the moment. So I was very focused on what I was doing in the moment, and I just really, really appreciated it. So out of that, I learned about SoulCollage, and I started soul collaging. Now, what SoulCollage is, they're cards. I have roughly about 60 of them that I've made in the last 3 years. And these cards, you can just randomly put together images on a card if you'd like. However, SoulCollage was actually founded by a woman by the name of Sina Frost. She actually has a book. She has a couple, but SoulCollage here, Sina Frost, SoulCollage Evolving, and it's there you can see. And in the book, she kind of explains the process. It's very Jungian psychology in its approach. So many of the cards kind of follow along with the idea of an archetype. And so what the SoulCollage Facilitator does is they facilitate a group process, sometimes individual one-on-one, first in teaching the soul collage process, and then from that point guiding it so that each card sort of has a specific goal or exploration that's trying to be achieved. Now, several of my cards, as I moved from California to Texas and was in between soul collage groups, several of my cards I did just do on my own without any facilitator assistance. But it is much richer, more beneficial experience when you have a facilitator, and certainly you need a facilitator to learn how to even begin the soul collage process. Okay, and now I just want to really talk about what Soul Collage has done for me. As I am talking, I'm going to have on the screen various images of my Soul Collage cards that I've made. So, this was Soul Collage card number 17, and it's entitled Perspective. And I'm going to read for you here. It says, "A passionate gift. Is the glass half empty or half full? Somewhere above the dark clouds, the storm, the fiercely violent and consuming tornado, is a vast and expansive blue sky, pink fluffy dream clouds where all is calm, serene, at peace. Even still, the wild heart animals only know instinct, fight or flight, fear. They dart and bolt impulsively, driven like lightning from an electrically charged sky. See it in their eyes. But see no evil, for although God is the creator of both good and evil, he intends it all for good. And as for the birds of the air, doesn't the Heavenly Father take care of them too?" And so here's my journal entry for that card. So one of the things about Soul Collage is because it literally is just collaging, and so it's cutting out images or taking images that other people have cut out for you, and you're literally just pasting them together in some sort of design, as you can see by the pictures. I am a very creative person, as I've said, but I have a lot of disabilities. One of the things is I have neuropathy, very severe neuropathy in my hands from the chemotherapy, and I also have lymphedema from having my lymph nodes removed, so my hand gets very swollen and difficult to manage if I'm overusing it or using it repetitively. And so although I have a lot of vision and I would love to learn how to draw, I would love to learn how to paint as forms of healing self-expression, it's really difficult for me to actually be able to do those things. So Soul Collage actually has provided me a way of self-expression that is something I can physically do. And it also, because it is a guided process, that, you know, it's called Soul Collage, so it comes sort of from a deeper place. I mean, all art comes from a deep place, but the facilitation process itself sort of begs and teases out some of those deeper things. And what I found is that cancer itself, I needed to get a handle on the emotional and spiritual aspects of the healing from cancer. But as I worked through that process through Soul Collage, I actually discovered there was a lot more stuff in there that I needed to work through, and I continue to work through. So regardless if I ever did become a Soul Collage facilitator or not, Soul Collage is something that I'm going to continue to practice as part of my self-care and self-healing on a regular basis. This is how much I really truly do believe in it. Now that you've gotten to see some of my Soul Collage cards and kind of get a feeling for what Soul Collage is about, what I want to share is why I want to become a facilitator. I'm a healer. I am a healer. It's just what I am. You cannot go through the lifetime of stuff, and the cancer is just a really tiny tip of the iceberg of what I've actually endured in my life. So you can't really go through that much of stuff in a lifetime and not come out of it being a healer. As a result of that, I find that people are attracted to me, people that need healing. They just sort of gravitate into my life. Now, healing comes in a variety of modalities, and I do practice several different modalities of healing. And I really just want to be able to add Soul Collage facilitating as another modality of healing. I'm very interested in working with a variety of people, and I love Soul Collage. I love my Soul Collage group. It's just something very important to me. It's so beneficial, and I get a lot out of it. But to be quite honest and frank about it, the Soul Collage groups that I've participated in are predominantly middle-aged and older white women. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. But I want to actually be able to bring this out more into the community and provide more access to people that aren't coming to the Soul Collage groups. How I'm exactly going to do that, I don't know, because I am not working and I don't plan on working, so my access to like a already made client population isn't there in the same way it would be for like an art therapist or a social worker or somebody like that. But I do foresee, because so many people do come into my life looking for healing, that this is one aspect that I can teach them on an individual basis how to do Soul Collage, hook them up with Soul Collage groups. I also am interested in working with children who are going through cancer. I would like to be able to, bring materials into a hospital setting. And it's not really, you can get volunteers to cut out images for you and just bring the box of images and a glue stick and the cards already there, and it's really just a matter of choosing the images and putting them together with a glue stick. So it's not something that's really complicated or is going to require a whole truckload of resources. So yeah, I have a lot of vision. I'm interested in working with women of every type, possibly women who are struggling with drug addiction. I see a real value in Soul Collage for any type of grieving process, post-abortion counseling, sexual assault, a whole variety of different issues that can be explored and expressed through the Soul Collage process. And so I'm asking for your help to help me become certified so that I can take this out into the world and actually make a difference in people's lives by offering something that has truly been life-changing and beneficial to me as a healer. So if you believe in this cause, if it sounds like something that you're interested in helping me do, I really sincerely appreciate it, and I am excited to see what happens in this process. So thanks.